Hi YouTube, Edward Tyndall here, and today we're going to be talking about a different topic because the world does not have their priorities in order, and I want to see if even a child has its priorities in order. So, Edward Tyndall here and Mikey Tyndall. And today, Mikey, do you want me to make you something to eat out of this?
No.
Why not?
It's not food.
It's not food. Even a child knows this is not a priority, people. So out with toilet paper. They can be used for fire starting material.
Or wiping your butt.
Or wiping your butt like it's intended. But it's not necessary that you need to have that. And I want to explain to people one reason why everybody thinks it's such a priority to have toilet paper. In my own opinion, is because most of these people are city people. They are consumers. They only consume and consume and consume. The only thing they produce is shit, piss, and garbage. So, therefore, they feel like they need toilet paper. Our priorities are different. I've been dreaming of having a pond for years and growing my own fish, and I was not able to do that, so I improvised. I got a Intex swimming pool 5 years ago, and no matter what, every day of my life, I can go out here and catch one fish for my wife, one fish for my son, and one fish for myself. And there will be no problem with that. See all these fish out here hitting? There's plenty of fish. There's brimming here the size of my hand. I've prepared myself for this. Also, I started out when I was 10 years old, saving allowances. I got me a job mowing, working minor construction at the time. I've been working since I was 7 and saving, but I eventually was able to buy me a 10-acre piece of land for $10,000 in Florida, which I later sold for $18,000 and bought a place in Florida that was $33,000 and paid payments on it, and I sold that and I bought a 240-acre ranch in Texas. And then I ended up selling that and I moved here to Alabama. And every year I've made it a habit to plant a tree, a fruit tree. If you can see all the blooms on here, every bloom you see will become a fruit. I have 30 of these. These are all wild plum trees, and every year they produce. You can see out there in the background I have bees that I don't necessarily always get the honey, but it's available to me if I want it. And that's the kind of stuff that you need. I got peaches over there. I take little pieces every day. Every day I walk out here and I get eggs. Look over here. Look over here. I mean, yeah, I have chickens. They free range in my yard. If things get worse, then they'll probably go. There's an egg. There's a chicken sitting right there.
Yeah,
she's trying to have some baby eggs or baby chickens. We produce these trees here, these sawtooth oak trees, which bring in deer and squirrels and stuff. Which I heard that all the deer in America have coronavirus now, so I won't be eating any of those. We have goats. We have a goat. I don't know if you can see way down there. Jelly bean Tyndall, goat. These peach trees, I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Every flower you see on here will, in fact, produce a peach. See these beautiful flowers? Look at this. It gets no better than this, people. Don't be going after toilet paper. Go after food stuff. Let's go see what we got down here, son. What do we have? Just this year alone, I've decided to make this little thing here and plant some grapes. So when shit hits the fan, like I've been saying it's going to for all of my life, prepare for the worst and hope, or prepare for the worst and hope for the best is what I tell people. Just planted some raspberries. Just planted some blackberries. And then we go take a walk down here through all the clover field that I planted. Yes, I took this whole property and dusted up all the grass and planted solid clover on my whole property. So, also another valuable asset. Red clover cures brain cancer, by the way, tumors. We started out this garden over here. We got cabbages way over there. Cabbages, just this little piece of land. And we got chives, little onion chives or whatever. We have onions, rows and rows and rows and rows of onions down here. So we're gonna have plenty of onions. So every day we can have eggs for breakfast, right? You like eggs for breakfast?
Yeah, they do.
Yep, we got eggs for breakfast. You got fish. So that's eggs and fish checked off the list. I don't have to buy fish. I don't have to buy eggs. We can have occasional chicken.
And kiwis.
Oh yeah, we have a kiwi arbor down on the bottom. We can have kiwis certain times of the year. Peaches, they're blooming and producing, but it's something you can store. We have, here's a blueberry right here. Every piece of my property has something on it producing. Because Edward Tyndall is not just a consumer. Like everybody on the earth is a consumer. Of course, we have to consume to survive, but I am a very productive producer. We're gonna look at some of these over here real quick. We're gonna walk around here and then we'll hit the other little garden, because even Sarah and Mikey with chronic health issues, like they have Marfan syndrome and other heart problems and stuff, has been able to work them a garden in a more city type setting. I know a lot of people don't allow you to have plants or gardens or stuff, but you can grow something in a garbage can. You can grow something in something. Money one day is going to be worth nothing. These are all plum trees. All plum trees. Every flower you see, plum, 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 plum. There's going to be plums everywhere. Plums everywhere. And good thing about these, they're voluntary. This is a volunteer. They will sprout out from the roots and make more, and you can produce and spread them out. I mow them over a lot because I'm trying to keep a nice, neat pile. Over here we have, what we have here. These are different. These are Bella Georgia white peaches that are not ready yet. There's another peach tree. Here's a black Arkansas black apple tree. And then here's another one of these lovely sawtooth oak trees. And a couple chickens out there basking in there. Yeah. Got a horse running loose in the yard just in case. Hey, you never know. Where's Blueberry, baby? Huh? Yeah, we got banana trees. Yep. I did have a blueberry field out here that I planted because I bought this property on a foreclosure and it pissed off the guy that was squatting on here named Jumbo Loper. And he poisoned $48,000 worth of my blueberries and then pressed charges on me 16 times for harassment, even though he continued to come and kill my animals and everything. And even with all of that and me having to pay the courts $10,000 in cash that I had to muster up from doing whatever I could, breaking my back, I'm still able to more defend myself. Took multiple ass whippings and disarming his pistol and pistol whipping him and putting him in the hospital a couple times, defending myself, and all while trying not to do so with my God-given right with deadly force, which was necessary multiple times, but I did not. But even with all that trouble and chaos that I've been through, we're still going to make it. And we're not going to be surviving with toilet paper. Here you go over here. I'm going to zoom in on this over here. That is a pear tree. See that pear tree? Every flower you see on there, that's not a Bradford pear. That is an actual, factual pear tree. It grows pears this big around and the thousands of them. And it keeps on producing. And that way over there in the background you can see stuff. All right, here's a more city type setting. Y'all can do this kind of stuff on your balcony in a pot. Here is strawberries. We bought $14 worth of strawberry plants and we separated them and planted them not too long ago. If you look, you can see it's not the prettiest strawberry in the world, but guess what? That's a strawberry. All the flowers you see will be strawberries. There's a strawberry. Hello, my little strawberries. Some kimchi humor. More strawberries, people. Recently, we haven't planted these in the garden yet, but we got sweet banana peppers. We've got Greek oregano. We have lemon thyme. It makes you great teas. We have, what is that? German thyme. So we got lemon thymes, German thymes. Right here we have sweet basil. You just grow sweet basil. What do you got over? Whoa. This is something my kid did himself. He's produced for the entire family enough onions for Months.
Like every
Months.
couple months they grow or something.
Yes, it's awesome, ain't it? He planted all these by hand, all by himself. So we have onions. Here's spinach. Look at this. Look at this fresh spinach in a pot, in a little container. You do a 5-gallon bucket, drill a hole in it or whatever. Whatever, you can make it. Let's see, we got early girl hybrid tomatoes. We got Burpalus hybrid cucumbers. I got more lemon thyme because it keeps mosquitoes away and it's very healthy and beneficial to you. We got more sweet basil. It's absolutely amazing. I planted lemon seeds out of lemons that I bought from Walmart in here, and I guess one of them's coming up right here. Let me see. We got, what do we got over here? Here we have peppermint. Yes, peppermint. Absolutely amazing smelling. The more you disturb it, the more it smells. We have straight neck heirloom squash. Most of the time I get crook neck. Here we have snap beans. You can get snap beans, or you can get beans out of a package and grow them and it'll make more beans. We have red bell pepper. We have eggplant. And we have edamame, whatever that is. But it's food. We have lavender here. We have lavender here just for something that smells good. For good luck, I've got 4-leaf and 5-leaf clovers all over the place. You'll see that? 4-leaf and 5-leaf clovers I'm cultivating. We have a more productive husky cherry red hybrid cherry tomato. Look at that. Looks like a lovely marijuana plant. Over here we have tomato that the frost killed back and it's growing back again. My point is, people, you can make it. You can make it, and you can make it in a little area. This is probably a 16-foot wide by probably 16 by 20. There's a little 16 by 20 area. We haven't even took up the whole area, and we've got a lot of plants in one area. These are not planted necessarily. These are hibiscus. These are not planted yet, but they will be, and they may be planted on the outside of the area. The reason I have to fence this is because I keep animals, and I'm trying to keep animals and people out of my family's garden. To further protect that, we have dogs, so I built a little round cage here in partial shade most of the day. And they got sunlight, water bucket, food, and it's just a temporary thing with a temporary door. You put some dogs in there and close that thing like that, and put you a snap right there, just like that. There you go. And the dogs, if something or someone comes up stealing from your crop, the dog will notify you, and then you can take further action. Have solar lights on here, so people with heart problems and trouble that can't get out in the sun and get too hot or overheated can come and work at nighttime, which is absolutely an amazing thing. That is an absolutely amazing thing. Is it an amazing thing, or is it an amazing thing, son? How do you like the country life?
Yeah, they're good.
You don't want to live in the city and eat toilet paper, do you?
No.
What will happen if you eat toilet paper? I guess every time you poop, it'll wipe your butt for you? I don't know if that makes any sense. Makes about as much sense as it makes to go buy toilet paper. Like I said, people, look at this. We got cattails over here, which cattails, when everybody else is starving and dying, I remember things because I quit school in 4th grade. I did not need a high school education, and I knew that. I am a self-made man. I've done everything on my own, completely on my own, since I was 16 years old and I left home. And like cattails here, what I was getting back at. You can find cattails just about anywhere. They taste like shit, but you can boil them down, and it mimics mashed potatoes to an extent. Another thing, grow potatoes. You can grow lots of potatoes. You can feed the world with a potato, in theory, which it's a pretty damn strong theory, since the fact you can grow potatoes and then grow some more. People will starve a little bit to start with, but one potato can potentially feed the world. This is just amazing stuff, people. The water don't look clean, but the fish are clean. And after you deep fry them in super boiling grease, they're good. And got more bananas over here. Trying to think of everything. I think I've about covered everything actually. It's yeah, just dig a garden. Life is a garden, dig it. Joe Dirt said that. We got a turkey running around. Things get bad enough, we can eat our turkey. As a last resort, things get really bad enough, we'll eat our horse.
I'll probably eat anything the same.
Yes, I am a survivor. I will eat anything, but I'm not eating toilet paper. Toilet paper and hand sanitizers at the bottom of my list. You can buy a Dial soap, bar soap, antibacterial, and you'll be absolutely fine. The lavender I was showing y'all out there earlier is also an antimicrobial, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, anti-this and anti-that, and so many antis I don't understand, but I know it's good for you. Also on the outside of here, we planted solid mustard greens, and I'm going to be continuing to plant some okra and collard greens and stuff. But stuff like this is going to be on the inside, and then I'll be making another big garden on the outside. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope somebody got something out of this video. Be a producer, people. Please. Be a producer. Don't be a consumer all the time. Be a producer. Think for yourself. Don't be led like sheep through this world by your shepherds, aka government. I like to think of myself as a free spirit, a free soul. I do what I want, when I want, where I want, who I want, how I want, and I don't let nothing slow me down or stop me. I don't let nothing discourage me. No matter how bad things get for me, I always know one thing. I can grab a seed, I can put it in the ground, and I can feed all my loved ones. I do know that, and so can you. It's that simple. I hope y'all get something out of this video, please. I was watching another buddy of mine making a YouTube video similar to this, but on a different level, and he said all of our grandparents had hardly nothing. They could barely survive, but they did. They didn't have a lot of money. They were poor folks, but they ate well because they planted their gardens. They got exercise, so that's why they lived to 90 years old, and some of them 100 years old. And while we're dying at 35 and 40 years old, getting fat on McDonald's food, no. It's ridiculous. Our grandparents didn't go to fast food and all this processed stuff. They processed their own stuff. They put a seed in the ground, they grew something, they pulled it off, they ate it. Raw, fresh, earth-grown food. You get what you give in this world, I believe. Put a seed in the ground, grow it, and then enjoy the fruits of your labor for your life. I hope the majority of the people watching this gets at least one thing going to get you a piece of country land. If you live in the city, sell that shit. Get out of that. Go to the country. Try to learn how to live. Plant some stuff. Google stuff while Google's still available. There's going to come a time we might not have no electricity, no nothing. And we'll be back to the basics of life. And it might be a good thing. Who knows? Who knows? But just know, Edward Tyndall did it. I had a hard life my whole life. I had my ass busted by every person, bus drivers, school teachers, parents, grandparents, and it was hard. No matter what I did, I could never do nothing right. So after all of that, and I got something out of it. Sometimes I need my ass whipped. I'll give them that. Maybe not all the time, but sometimes. But either way, I survived with a 4th grade education, and I'm very proud of that because everybody said I couldn't make it, but I'm saying you can. Pink Floyd said it years ago. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. Teacher, leave us kids alone. And I believe that. As soon as I stopped school, at 10 years old, I owned my own land. I owned my own land because I didn't play. I knew what I wanted at a very young age, and I've been pursuing that my entire life. Y'all find out what you want in life and pursue that. But you're not going to get there, and you're not going to win with toilet paper. Please, go plant a garden. Educate yourself on survival a little bit more. Get yourself a bug out bag, a backpack or something. Put you some first aid kits in it and stuff. Just in case shit really hits the fan. You can head for the woods and you can survive, you know? You can survive. Get you a book. Get you a paper copy of a book saying whatever woodsy area you're going, what forage items you can eat, what you can survive off of and live off of. Get off grid. Go build yourself a fire. Carry you a Bic lighter with you. Carry you a magnesium fire starter with you. If you have the basics that you need, fire, shelter, carry you a tarp with you or something. Figure it out, people. Figure it out. You can do something. You can do something. There's always something you can do to survive, no matter how bad things get. Don't give up. Edward Tyndall and Mikey Tyndall out. Are you going to survive?
Yeah.
Why are we going to survive?
So we got food.
Yes, because we got food. And why we got food?
But we just
planned it. We planned it.
Yeah.
All right, baby. All right, people. Peace, love, and happiness. All that good shit. Edward Tyndall out.